katika makavazi yetu hapa.
What is it reminding me of?
Tumpongeze kwa makofi
Maktaba Kuu building was officially opened by I hope the Kenyans will be proud of it. If you think you will be our proud.
Let me say how happy I am this afternoon. And to share it. Maktaba Kuu is the first multi-purpose library in Kenya. It's part of what we promised Kenyans, open new avenues for our people to learn Kenyan. And we want to continue with these kind of projects and programs. This is what we're doing here today with this library. And I hope that we shall be able to do more together as Kenyans to develop, to promote our culture, our art, to be able to develop the talents of our people in fashion. This creates pride and it creates identity, so that we're not at the end of the day swallowed up by the Calvin Kleins and I don't know all these also funny things that actually mean nothing to you except from what you read on social media. Let us promote our culture. Let us learn our culture. Let us understand. That way we shall become truly Kenyan and proud to be Kenyan, as opposed to being assimilated into cultures that maybe have no long-term value or use, not only for ourselves, but even for our children. We also have the section for persons living with disabilities, where books and other materials are available in different formats, from Braille, audiobooks, and large print books. Ladies and gentlemen, legend has it that Abdul Qasim Ismail, who lived AD 938 to 995, and who became the Grand Vizier of Persia, was an avid reader and was so enthralled with literature and learning that he never left home without his personal library. The 400-camel caravan carried 117,000 books and was more than a mile long. Today we have come a long way since then, and while our thirst for learning and reading has not abated, we can now easily access more than the 117,000 books through a simple tablet or computer. In this context, an important part of this library project is to ensure that all Kenyans, wherever they are, have access to reading materials. The elaborate ICT infrastructure within the facility will facilitate community access to online information and also connect them to the rest of the world. And in this regard, my government, through the Ministry of Sports, Culture and Heritage, and the Sports, Arts and Social Development Fund, is going to implement a 2-year Kenya shillings 250 million project that is focused on establishing the Kenya National Library Services Virtual Library Facility. This virtual library will ensure that Kenyans of all walks of life will have access to quality, timely, and relevant information held by the Kenya National Library from the comfort of their homes. The virtual library, which we intend to launch by June of next year, will have a capacity for 15 million publications, and the first phase will digitize 800,000 books, periodicals, research papers, and government publications, and it will also contain 600,000 e-books, which are currently accessible offline through the e-readers across 63 Kenyan National Library Service branches countrywide. Maktaba Kuu is therefore not just a building. It is a place that enables us to understand our past and the contributions made by our forefathers. It is also an ever-broadening platform from which we can build on existing knowledge to address our current and future societal challenges. I want to thank all the
completion of this project is the result of exceptional dedication under your leadership and from yourself to deliver on our collective commitment to provide a state-of-the-art public repository of information and knowledge for the people of our country. Your Excellency, though we spent many nights here during the past 12 months, racing against your targeted completion date because you gave us a deadline to complete this, and we're very grateful that we had that deadline because it allowed us to work very, very quickly. We also had a lot of support, Your Excellency, from our Head of Public Service, Dr. Joseph Kinyua. Every time we went to him for support, he was ready to offer it and give the right directives to everybody who needed to give us the resources that we needed to complete this building. We'll continue to build upon what you'll unveil, Your Excellency, here today to create an institution of public operation that will endure as a yardstick in designing future public spaces, wholly responsive and adaptive to the needs of the public. Your Excellency, this facility is intergenerational space. It will stimulate engagement between and across generations in its various chambers as a valued place for dialogic intellectual advancement. Captures the soul of our culture and heritage in its architectural spirit, which recognizes our heroes and our heroines as the forebearers of our national stories and interwoven identities. It's my hope that Kenyans will be proud of this facility. Its usage will be our regard. Your Excellency, as I told you just a little bit earlier, during the weekends and during the holidays, all our public libraries are fully utilized. And that gives us a lot of pride because it tells us that Kenyans actually love reading and that they will use the space that we have created for them.
Your Excellency, the word maktaba inamaanisha nyumba ya vitabu. Maktaba ni nyumba ya vitabu. Hey, Your Excellency, we in the KNLS are going through a transformative strategy, which is to remove ourselves from dependence to interdependence. Your Excellency, the building behind you, there is a library section, and then there is a commercial wing, which this commercial wing will help in earning some revenue for the KNLS. That's why we are going in a transformative strategy, not necessarily to depend so much on government or on treasury. Your Excellency, I want to say that library attendance is about 7 million users and are served by KNLS annually. I want to thank the KNLS staff for patience and endurance. I want to appreciate donors and book donors of books and other library programs. I want to thank the government through the Ministry of Culture, Sports and Heritage for their continued support. Your Excellency, we are very proud of this project because right from the word concept to the designing and to the building, this project, Your Excellency, was done by Kenyans. So it's a Kenyan project, and we are all very proud for it because it is something which has not been done with the concept that there is. I'm sure Your Excellency, you've been explained kwamba their philosophy is a philosophy of drums. Drums which are used in the African context for anything, where there is celebration, where there is any situation where people are supposed to get together. The sound before, it was the sound of drums. So here, sir, these drums is to bring all of us together as a country so that we can be proud of our unity and our being together as Kenyans. So these drums are there for us to make use of them so that we can be able to benefit from this. Your Excellency, kuna msemo wa Kiswahili unaosema hayawi hayawi huwa. Na hii manake, Your Excellency, ni kwamba the muda ambayo umechukua to finish this project, labda there were other people who were saying this project is not going to complete. That's why we are saying kwa Kiswahili hayawi hayawi huwa. It is possible